Okay. This idea that there is a United States of America. There is no longer a United States of America. There is a United States global supply chain. For example, in theory, there is no shipping company which is owned, a major shipping company I'm talking about, which is owned by the United States of America. In practice, there is one. It's called Mediterranean Shipping Company. It's an Italian company domiciled in Switzerland, but effectively it works for the US government. It does the work of the US government. So, the United States does not need a shipping company. Okay, now back to shipbuilding. There is no need that the United States has a shipbuilding industry. Why? Because it's South Korea and Japan who are de facto United States territories, and their manufacturing assets are United States manufacturing assets. Right? It's the same way that Taiwan was. It's the same way that America would not produce chips because America would produce them in Taiwan. And when the Taiwanese elite decided, I think in 2012, that they did not need America any longer, they wanted to unify with China, which it's going to happen sooner or later. America in 2015, the Pentagon started the process of transferring the chip supply chain to the United States of America or the West, but mainly to the United States of America. We have the Arizona plant now, and more coming or underway. So I would urge you to stop thinking of the United States of America as sovereign, separate country. No such thing exists. Right? And you can see that from the F-35 program, which is a global program. And any country which participates in it de facto yields military and foreign policy to the United States, to the Pentagon, let alone United States of America. You see, there are two different things, actually, because there is Washington, D.C., which is in constant civil war of lobbies, of interests. But the so-called deep state, which is a bureaucratic state created over the decades, actually it is not American per se. For example, Friedrich Merz, who is now the Chancellor of Germany. Give me a second here. Who is now the Chancellor of Germany? Is part of the U.S. deep state. Washington, D.C. tried for years to steer Friedrich Merz to beating Merkel, who was a Russian asset, and where Friedrich Merz was an American asset, and Merkel kicked the ass out of Merz for years. And now finally Washington, D.C., or the deep state, not Washington, D.C., managed to get Friedrich Merz elected in Germany. So Friedrich Merz is part of the American deep state, which means that he is a decision maker, a co-decision maker of American policy globally. Same thing for the Japanese politics. See, Tokyo, Japanese politics, is part of the United States deep state, the bureaucratic state. And when America makes a decision, or the deep state makes a decision, they ask Tokyo as one of the decision makers about American policy. That is how it works. There is no America the way you thought pre-Eisenhower speech in 1962. This is the America of after 1962. This is a global America. And again, to reiterate again, America doesn't need a domiciled shipbuilding industry. It has one in Japan and Korea. And actually small military ships, they order them in North Europe. They order them in Italy, they order them in Netherlands, and they order them in Finland and in Norway. They don't need to build small ships in America. Small military ships I'm talking about. Navy ships. And it doesn't need a domiciled shipping company, a freight company, because MSC, the largest company in the world right now, all of a sudden, in the last 5 years, exceeded Maersk and CMA CGM with American money, with American government money. So, folks, this is how it is working right now. And again, to reiterate my position, everything is bad. Everything will get worse. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. Have no hope. The worst is yet to come. You have a great night.